Hello, welcome back to Girl Chat. Today I'm joined by Jane. Jane is a yoga instructor at yoga at number 23. So thank you for joining me,
30,
Jane.
32.
Sorry,
That's
yoga,
32.
brain fog kicked in. Yoga at number 32. We are going to pop Jane's links below. But Jane, thank you for joining me for Girl Chat. I just wanted to talk about the benefits of yoga for women in midlife or 40s, 50s and beyond, perimenopause, menopause, and hormones in general. So, Jane, I know you started yoga in your late 40s and then you retrained. You completely had a career change and became a yoga instructor, which is fabulous. So tell us first, Jane, how did yoga benefit you? So, late 40s, you started yoga all of a sudden. I think it was lockdown you started, didn't you? So how did
Yes.
yoga benefit you personally?
I think how yoga benefits me, it changes, it keeps you right, it keeps you calm. I also think it gives you inner confidence as well. It's good. I know it's cliche, but it's good for the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I think I would say it kind of regulates me, but I also think it keeps you very fit. Because a lot of people think, oh, yoga, it is a lot of breath. There is breath work and learning how to do the sanas or the movements. And but it's like your own personal practice. You're constantly evolving.
And
So
it does,
most people,
I've started sort of yoga again more recently, and it is interesting. So, I'm quite guilty of comparing myself, especially to people that are older than me, and I think, oh, they're way more flexible than me, and but it's a real
yeah,
workout, some of them, really quite hard.
I think people don't realize that. And I think it's like what I do here, I tailor it for, they go on a journey. So I tailor it for their needs and if they've got any injuries. But I like to give them confidence because yoga is for everyone. And it's like I always say, if your arm's going here, that's fine. But if your arm's going up here, that's equally as good. And it's leaving that ego behind. It's your time on the mat with your body. It's like your internal practice. But what you were saying about yoga, I think it'd be interesting because if I wasn't doing yoga, I think I would be quite a stressed head because I think it keeps me very, very calm. And also, it does get your joints when it means flexible. It doesn't mean we're going to do the splits, but it as you get older, your body seizes up, so it keeps it more mobile and it gives you that youthful energy, that kind of that posture. It's internal, so it's good for your
Mm.
skin as well. It's calming. It's good for any medical conditions as well. It's there's certain exercises like I've got an underactive thyroid, and that really helps with my underactive thyroid. If you've got anxiety, it can help with that. But it's finding your style of yoga. But I always say
Yeah.
go to all classes and go to a beginner's, or
That's what
even
I
if
was
you
going to
haven't
ask
done
you. Yeah,
it.
how do you find a good yoga instructor? What do you look for? What is the way?
I think the way is sometimes it's word of mouth. If someone else's goes and they think, oh, come along to the village hall and so and so's doing some yoga. But I also think you've got to connect with that yoga teacher, like anything. So you might go to Emma and she's fantastic, but you might prefer Edward because you might prefer his style. So I think it's a very personal, and I also think it's who you've got in the class. I think the teacher makes a good teacher will make, like I said, that teacher I had in London, she made everyone feel good and everyone was at different abilities, but you never ever felt that. And I think that's what I look for when I go to a class. I want to be, you're the new girl, you want to be accepted into the class
Yeah.
and just enjoy. So I think the way to find it is sometimes, again, you just word of mouth, or you just got to try. Sometimes don't always be fooled by what you see. Just go to that class or go to your gym and just try a variety to
Yes.
see if it
Yeah,
fits.
that's what I've been doing recently.
Yeah, and did that help? Is
It did.
that
I've tried a few different classes. There was one I did last week, and I found that one quite difficult because the yoga teacher just sat. She didn't show us what to do. She just sat talking us through it. Now, which is great if, I mean, I knew a few yoga moves, but she didn't demonstrate. And so I found
yeah,
that quite
so
challenging.
I demonstrate. What I do is like I sometimes I do a little run through and then I do it with you and I still keep an eye on you. And then I do let you do it by yourselves and then I guide you in if you need it. So I do a bit of both because if I was saying to you, right, come into mountain pose, you may think, what's that? So I would say we come up, inhale, we come down, we could bring it at heart center. And also I make it that my personality, I like it to be relatable. And yeah, sometimes I like to give a bit of yoga philosophy or maybe a bit of Sanskrit, but I make up my own, to be honest, as well.
Yeah.
I like it to feel comfortable and to use props. I always have blocks and straps and actually using blocks and straps doesn't mean you're enhancing your practice. It doesn't mean that you're actually more of a true yogi when you think I'm going to get this block and that's going to help me go deeper into the pose.
Right.
So I do
Okay.
think, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Whereas I thought, for me, I thought, oh, I need a block because I'm not very flexible. So that's really useful to know as a beginner.
no, in fact, it's really interesting. I think you always learn off other people. And even though I'm the yoga teacher, I love it when my yogis and yoginis come back to me and they send me a message. Oh, I did this the other day. I laid out my mat. And it's really weird because this week, a lot of ladies and men find it very difficult from downward dog to come into a warrior pose. They either have to physically move their leg and then if the teacher's too fast, they're like, oh my God, everyone's come up and where am I? But one of my ladies, she messaged me. She said, oh my God, I think I've thought of a way of nailing this. And I said, that's great because I'm so busy doing other things and I'm researching and doing my teacher planning and everything that I don't, sometimes it's nice to hear from someone else. Anyway, she went on YouTube and it's called Fat Girl Yoga.
Right.
Oh my God. And all it is, you get your two blocks. So you could do your downward dog as normal. And by the way, that's not a rest pose. I don't know how anyone could think that's a rest pose. Unless you're going dumpling in the spine, you want to get a nice kind of triangle. And you basically do your downward dog. You then put the blocks at height level. You put your body weight forward. You can then lift your leg up to then come in and use your blocks to guide to come up. Because what happens is, as we get older, another thing what yoga is good for is balance.
Yeah, I've
And that's
noticed
something
that.
so yeah, balance
Yeah.
is key. But also, when you were saying finding a yoga teacher, finding your style. So if you've got a very hectic life, maybe you would prefer restorative yoga. Now, yin yoga, do not be deceived. Yin yoga does not mean a nap. It can be holding those positions for 5 minutes or more. Or maybe you want something that releases. You might want something, if you've done yoga, so you might want Ashtanga. But mine is hatha yoga. So I do a variety of everything from vinyasa flows to a bit of yin to stretch to restorative. So mine's kind of like a mixture. But going back to that thing that was releasing the ego, it was so nice. One of my yoga pupils said to me, oh my God, I tried this and then I've tried it all week and no joke on every age, every ability, every body type. It's been quite emotional because one lady thought she would never get her leg further forward. Now, because she's got the blocks, and then eventually she may not want the blocks, but I think it's quite a workout putting your hands on
Yeah.
the blocks, lifting your leg up into the air, and then you've got the blocks to support you, and then you can come up. So I'm going to share that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe make a
so,
video of that and share it, because that's one thing I have to grab my leg and move it forward.
yeah, and it's very, very common, and it doesn't mean you're not doing it right. I think what happens is maybe we panic. Oh my God, my leg's here and I'm not here, and it's kind of, yeah, you can use your hand to move your
Yeah,
back
leg.
of your ankle into position. But if you've got your blocks at the top of the mat at the long length way, the long way, and you had them there, so when you do your downward dog, and she says, right, we're going to go downward dog. Some teachers are quite fast. They're going downward dog, and now we're going to go into warrior two. So you could say, right, I've got my blocks, warrior two. And then when they come standing up, they usually stay in that standing position. Because I went on some yoga alignment training at the beginning of the year, and it's there if I need it, because I have a hands-off approach, so I verbally. But if someone wants, you'll do it, I would gently ask permission, because some people don't want to be touched. Some people might have a bit of trauma, but a good yoga teacher, if you want, will guide you. You're
Help
doing, not
you.
forcing you, enhancing your, and making you feel fantastic in your, and that's what you should go out feeling really good,
Perfect. Thank
not
you.
feeling, oh my God, go on.
Yeah, that's great. So I know I've started yoga again. So I'm just started again at the gyms, and I am finding it. Number one, it's a really good workout. I do love the last 5 minutes when I can just lie flat with my eyes closed. It's like really
That's
learning to slow myself down, which is fabulous. Now, talk to me really quickly. I know we've only got a few minutes left. But yoga retreats, I know you run them, and I'm going to pop your links below in case anyone wants to join yoga, Jane, on one of her yoga retreats.
amazing.
The benefits of a yoga retreat, going away for either a weekend or a week for women or men, but what are the benefits about actually, putting yourself into a yoga retreat? Is it all sitting there and not having any, wine or chocolate and just doing yoga all day? What happens on a yoga retreat
Well,
quickly?
the ones I've done, I'm doing one next year in Spain, but the ones previous to that I did in Scotland. And it's a time, I always have a thing when I do my yoga retreats. Say you came and you didn't fancy doing a 9 o'clock yoga, you don't have to. So there's lots of elements. It breaks down not just the yoga. There might be a longer shavasana, which is the end at the end, or there might be longer stretch. You've got that time to be quite indulgent and to switch your mind off. And I think it gives you time to not thinking, oh my God, I've got to rush now, I've got to go somewhere. So I think it gives you time for your own personal practice. It's very sociable. But you can also be not sociable if you didn't want to. You can go off and do other things. And the ones I do, usually on the last night, there's an option on the last night, you can have a glass of wine if you want. So the ones I have are not like the one on Fleabag. I don't know if you ever saw the episode of Fleabag, where
No.
she's rubbing the floor. And that was masked as mindfulness.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, yeah, so I would say it's fun. It's a great way for your own personal practice to learn more about yourself, more importantly, and just giving yourself time out. And if you enjoy doing yoga, it's kind of like it's like enjoyable time. It's like you're getting, and you get so fit because you're doing yoga up to 2 to 3 times a day. And then in between other things, rest time as well. So yeah, I would say yoga retreats, research them, find one that resonates with you. Because some of them mention, most of them are, the one I do are all vegetarian, but that's quite nice. And then fish. So on my one, it's all vegetarian and fish food. And then healthy juices. And so it's not all peas and lentils. It's really what I call vegetarian food's really moved on. It's beautiful food, the colours of the rainbow. nice fresh air, escaping, adventure.
Fabulous. Sounds wonderful. I will take a look. So just remind us of your Instagram handle, and then
It's
I'll pop all
yogurt
your other
number
links.
32. Yeah.
Perfect. And then I will pop all Jane's links below in the show notes. So have a look at Jane, follow her on Instagram, and come back. Make sure you're subscribed to the Hormone Fairy channel. And I will be interviewing more women and helping you get back to you in the menopause years. So thank you, Jane.
Oh, thank you, Kat. Thank you.